Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Homespun Yak. How's it going, Mr. Hadley?
It's going pretty well. I just wish you wouldn't yell at me.
Oh, God.
Should we cut that part out? Should we do
I'm,
the hot start
I'm
start
gonna,
over there?
I'm gonna keep it in.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, that just triggered something in me.
Mm.
I'm curious.
Hopefully not a raised voice.
No, of course
Yeah.
not. You think like in arguments, just generally, in
Mhm.
arguments, do you think well, first off, and this is certainly going to be sexist to many people, do you think that women cry more than men?
uh, in my experience,
Great way to qualify it. I love it. In my experience, and
in
only
my
my
research,
experience.
um, the answer is yes. But I've also, I also know that men do cry as well,
Sure.
just not as maybe not as frequently, and maybe not the same sorts of things.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was kind of my point because I just find it. I think we've talked a little bit about like testosterone and the differences and
Hmm.
whatnot. Actually, I think like last podcast or the podcast
Yeah.
before, but yeah, it seems to me kind of strange. I do feel like maybe sometimes men get maligned as not being emotionally sensitive or just being emotional if they don't like display their
Show it.
emotions. But I mean, the reason why I was asking that initially is because like women might go more towards crying, which is a socially acceptable response, as opposed to how men might react to a situation. Like it's kind of like a pressure cooker for guys.
Hmm.
Just
Just
trying.
bury it deep down, jam it deep down as far down as you can.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's something that a lot of people just, okay, I'll say it. I don't think a lot of women recognize that. I don't think they realize like it's not just like we don't want to show our emotion. We don't want to show the emotion that is going on. And the
Yeah.
emotion is the socially unacceptable emotion of anger.
Hmm. Rage.
Rage, yeah, exactly. I mean, and in no way is that like a line to like physical abuse or anything like that. I mean, that's reprehensible and that's completely out of bounds. But just like even like any indication of anger is, it seems like to me for men like well, unacceptable. And then on top of that, it my point like with tying that into my original point is like I don't think men like get in arguments and stuff or get in situations where they just start crying. Like that's not the reaction that builds up, that swells inside. And correct me if I'm wrong. That's just from my experience. My experience has been I don't want to like oh, I'm in an argument and like I'm upset so I'm going to cry. Like
Yeah.
that just doesn't emanate from me.
Yeah, maybe men are more apt to, when pushed, turn to more anger as far as when you're letting your emotional response out rather than anger or sadness in the form of tears. It's more like maybe, yeah, like a more of a rage style thing.
Yeah. Yeah. We're
And we
saying rage within like with some
we're
level
not
of control,
condoning
not
violence here.
not condoning
We're
violence whatsoever.
anti-violence here on this podcast.
Just to be abundantly clear.
But
Because
like the extreme reaction from a guy when they're emotional would probably be to, yell or just get mad and like make a scene that way. Whereas maybe, I don't know, that's maybe what I've noticed more. I think like in the moments where, I don't know, yeah, like if you're really upset about something, like of course you can cry,
Sure.
but I think more of the times that I've just randomly cried wasn't because I was like mad or upset or overwhelmed by something. Maybe it
Yep.
was a song or a line of poetry, maybe that
Poetry.
inspired
Yes.
something of that nature.
Something moving.
So I maybe a particular work of art at the museum.
You fall
Caused a
to your
tear.
knees, just sobbing. What beauty!
So yeah, stuff like that. That's really what does it for me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, right. That's the same for me too. Yeah, or like to me, what I guess I find truly emotional situations in that vein is like your dog dying or your, you know, a parent passing away or a loss of a friendship or, you know, like stuff like that. Like that. I guess my overall point is just there's a difference. There's a difference in how people handle things. And I'm not entirely sure if it's just social
just
conditioning. Oh, well, yeah. Or is it's just me. But also, like, people like to pin a lot of things on social conditioning. It's not, I don't know. I guess I just don't feel in my soul, in my body. It's not like I'm thinking, like, I could cry right now, but I'm going to choose to do, you know, like it's not manly to cry. Therefore, I'm not going to do that. No, it's like you just feel this electricity going through your body, kind of a little bit akin to what you were talking about when you were running and you have these scenarios that run through your head, right?
Yeah.
And it's like that electricity that kind of charges and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? And it's not like this kind of breakdown, kind of sobbing sense. It's very energetic. It's high energy, and it almost feels like you have to go running or you have to go work out or you have to go, you know, just discharge that energy that gets built up.
Exorcise the demons.
Yeah. Yes. Wise indeed, Mr. Hackley.
There's a double meaning there.
Indeed. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up. I actually had something else, if I can find yes, here it is. Let me throw this up here. How do you feel about this, Kyle? This is a picture of Lindsey Graham getting the COVID vaccine.
Thumbs up. We got it.
Yeah. He's just he just got the vaccine and he's just throwing up a thumbs up for all you audio listeners. And yeah, I'm curious how you feel about politicians all getting the vaccine before the entire populace of the United States, except for obviously like medical workers.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, I'm getting it, like therefore like you should get it too. And it's like, well, we can't get it.
I would love to.
Yeah, like what are you doing? Like we can't get it. You're the only one getting it in all of South Carolina, probably. It's like,
it feels that way, yeah.
Like, okay, that's cool that you got it. I mean, I guess I'll get mine in like 8 months, but like it's not because you told me to do it or that you gave me a thumbs up while you're doing it. Like in 6 months, you could lose feeling in your left leg because of the vaccine. Yeah. Then who's got the thumbs up? Nobody.
Yeah, but I do.
Obviously, I was kidding about the side effect of the left leg. If anyone thinks I'm an anti-vaxxer by now, probably I'm not. But I will say that I've done the flu vaccine a couple of times, and
your leg fell off a few times.
You just pop it on like a Lego, and you're good to go. I tore my ACL twice. I think it weakened my ACL.
Oh,
You could say that.
definitely. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I saw Joe, good old Joe got his vaccine.
And Mike Pence did too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 So everybody, Marco Rubio got his. So, I mean, I'm happy for them. Great. Fantastic. You guys, I mean, everybody else just has to stay on the sideline.
Yeah. The truly important nobility
I,
is getting the vaccine first.
but it does feel like in that kind of situation, don't politicians then come off as like this like higher citizen? Like
Oh
I've
yeah,
talked about this before. The president is supposed to be the first citizen, but that doesn't mean the first as in like more important,
yeah.
like more important in specific ways like this.
But on
It's
a
just
human level, you're still a person,
exactly, and
and
you're
you're
a
still an
citizen of the
American
United
citizen.
States. Of
Yeah,
course, you're important in terms of like what you do, and we
right.
recognize that and whatnot. But like,
Just because of your title doesn't mean that you are first in line for a random vaccine, you know.
you'd
I
think
mean,
you would.
obviously, like, get it if you're like elderly, which you
Yeah,
know, most presidents
of this
have
cycle
been.
are.
Yeah, yeah, recently. Um, then yeah, I mean, obviously, you'll probably have access to it, um, and that's fine to get it. But I don't know. I would at least be like, you know, if there's somebody like in more in need than me right now, or everybody here at the White House that it's already kind of burned through anyway,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
let's just go down the road to this hospital or rest home and go with that. I mean, that would help like ratings even, you know, not
yeah,
saying that like you would do it just for that, but that would be a bonus side effect of doing something like that
yeah. Right.
as any politician, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you could maybe make the argument for like the president, maybe the vice president, but random senators. I mean, we got a lot of them, and
Yeah,
and
there's a lot.
they do not make these executive decisions that a president does. I mean, no doubt they have their role and they're incredibly important, but
But they've taken how long
oh
from the
my god,
first stimulus to now, the second stimulus, literally today, just being like, okay, we're good with it. And it's like, everybody gets $600.
yeah,
And it's just like, oh, okay. I mean, thanks, but really, like $600? Like, I mean, for me, someone who's had a job, like, you know, that's just an added bonus. Like,
yep,
that's great, but like, there's still people without jobs and still people who, you know, had to take a huge pay cut or something
hmm
like in the service industry, um, where they're like, well, you're probably halfway through that 1200 by now. We're just going to bump you back up to it. If you saved right, you would be okay.
yeah.
Those of you who didn't save, I don't know what to tell you. We told you this would be a process,
This is your
which it's
own
not
damn
coming till
fault.
January, probably anyway.
Oh, isn't it? Good.
The
Just
check.
just in time for Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do it right before Christmas, so we don't have to like pump that money right back into the economy. Like we'll just make them wait after
Yeah.
Christmas, so
Yeah.
Tiny Tim doesn't get any gifts.
It does feel that way though. It is, yeah.
Yeah, this year is just fucked.
It really is. It really is. I like how they
Everyone.
passed it like the week before Christmas. You know, they were kept making these announcements like we aren't going home to our families until we
Yeah.
pass this bill. It's like, wow, you guys are real heroes.
Wow, you could have done
Oh.
it 3 months ago when it was
Yeah.
already kind of late at that point.
Yeah.
Because I looked today and I got my stimulus check in April.
Hmm.
So it's now December.
Wow.
So that was what,
So it's
8
been a
months
while.
ago.
Yeah.
It's been 8 months. And I mean, I'm not personally complaining, but I think $600 is kind of a joke
Oh,
when you look
100%.
it's just a joke to what it should be and maybe what it will be if I don't know. I don't even know if it'll change because Joe Biden's like, this is just a down payment. Like we're gonna do another 1,200, you know, when I get in. And it's
I
like,
just
but
don't know
are
what
we
it
though?
does. Like, yeah, one, I very much doubt that. But like, also, I don't understand. Like, just throw a random assortment of money. That doesn't make any sense to me. Here's
I know.
$600. Okay, now I can pay a quarter of my rent if I live in like New York. For one
Yeah.
month. Thanks for that 8 months
It's
later.
gone immediately. It's back into your pocket again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's something in the trillions, the stimulus bill. And let's see.
Well, in total, yeah. I mean, it's 900 billion for this one, and then it's like it was what 1 point something trillion for the other one. So in total, it's going to be over $2 trillion, which I mean that's not a problem. We'll just print more because that's how money works. And and then Joe's going to come in and give us another $1,200. That'll be nice. You know, a year later.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a whole thing of deals wrapped up into this one thing.
Yeah, right.
So like certain money is going toward like actually a huge well like I read like 1.25 billion or so, maybe more is going to the going towards the wall. I shit you not. It's going to the wall.
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
not kidding you. I'm not
They're
kidding you.
still pushing that.
They're like, oh yeah, by the way, we had in order to pass this now, we had to allocate money for the wall.
$1 billion.
Can you imagine? He's just like, what? That's like what he like was famous for coming in and then just
Yeah.
going out. He's like, we fucking did the wall.
Oh, I'm sure
did
$1
it.
billion is not going to be enough somehow.
Oh no.
I mean, $1 billion
Oh no,
is a
it'll be like
massive
5
amount
miles.
of money. 5 miles. All the people coming up from the Hispanic countries are just going to be like, "Oh, we hit the wall. Just go a couple
Yeah, go
miles to the right."
Go around it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, good
stunning.
amounts going toward the wall. So
I'm sure none is going to corporations or anything like that, so that'll be good.
oh no, not at all.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
Let's see.
anyway, that's our political sphere at the moment. Random $600 that's arriving in January, and our politicians are getting the vaccines ahead of literally
Yeah,
everyone.
we're slowly, tearing away at that wall. That's the greatest part.
Yeah.
My God,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
That's also such
Anyway,
a
it's
pointless amount of money too, because like you spent $1 billion on that. Okay, what's Biden gonna do? Is he gonna add to that? No, of course he's not gonna add to it. So now you just have this random chunk of, let's say, 5 miles of wall for no reason.
promise is kept.
And you wasted $1 billion. Oh, jeez. Promise is kept. I'm running again in 2024. At 93.
Under the MAGA party.
Under the MAGA party.
Finish that wall.
Yeah. Oh.
Build a wall in space. Space Force. Yep. Space Force and the wall. That's what we got. That's what we got out of these 4 years. It's the concrete stuff we were getting.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, tonight, NBA opening night.
LA Clippers versus the LA Lakers.
LA Lakers coming at you live 11 p.m. Eastern.
I will be in bed.
Now, let me tell you the numbers on this game, Nick. I'd love to get your opinion here.
All right.
Lakers Clippers tonight. Lakers are favored by 2.5 points. Over under is 219.5. Nick, you smashing that over, or what are you going to do here?
Well, Kyle, in our sports corner that randomly appears from time to time, I'll go ahead and tell you. I'm going to.
Lakers going to cover that 2.5?
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
uh,
I'm with you there.
ah,
Oh,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know actually. I don't know if the Clippers are suddenly going to be like, we need to get revenge. And it's going to be such a hollow revenge because who gives a shit about winning a random game in the
yeah,
regular season?
game
But
one. Yeah.
they might win that actually, just
Okay.
because they might want this one
Because
random game more.
yeah, and they just think it's over. Well, they think everybody else thinks it's over already.
Yeah, yeah. And
But
I
I
mean,
just
who knows how much effort LeBron's going to put into.
right
So
game one
so I'm going. I'm actually going to go. They're not going to. It's minus 2.5
for
for
the Lakers.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Lakers will actually lose this game after an initial
Wow.
reaction that they would just demolish that 2.5. I do think as a team though they've gotten better, which is disheartening and
Oh,
makes
they've
me
made the
really
best
unhappy.
moves
Yeah,
somehow. I don't understand how. I really don't. I
yeah.
mean, now they've got Anthony Davis, LeBron, um,
Harrell,
and Montrezl Harrell from the Clippers, who was
yeah,
the
sixth
sixth
man.
man of the year last year, and then they
Hmm.
got Mark Gasol
Yeah,
somehow.
at age 50.
Yeah, Mark Gasol and Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder.
And then their draft pick was this random guy who's like been lighting it up in the preseason.
THT or something like that, whatever
Yeah,
his name
something
is.
weird, some weird name.
Yeah,
I'll have to check the name.
yeah. Well, he's been doing pretty well. I mean, the only thing I can hope for, honestly, is that they just kind of implode. That's the only thing I can hope for. Because unbiasedly speaking, I legitimately think that they have the best team in at least the West, probably overall, honestly, because I mean, I'm
The Lakers?
intrigued. Yeah, I'm intrigued
Yeah.
by Brooklyn. I think they're going to be an
Hmm.
intriguing match. So they're going to make the NBA overall harder. But yeah,
Yeah.
who knows? I don't think that KD and Kyrie are enough to overcome LeBron, AD, Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell, and whoever
Yep.
else Kyle Kuzma. They still have him too. He's been playing pretty well.
Yeah. Kyle Kuzma just signed like a 3-year deal with them somehow um, for 40 million or something like that,
Hmm. Hmm.
which a lot of people were like, I don't know why he would do that, but
Yeah, I don't know
like
why
the
you would do
Lakers
that.
totally kind of not ripped him off, but they're like, wow, we got a pretty good deal here.
Yeah, especially remember they were trying to get rid of him for the longest time, and
Yeah.
now he signed. I don't know.
I guess
That's
maybe he's just like, I'd rather win a championship maybe right now than or another
but
one.
but he
I don't
already
know.
has one, so I'd just
He
be
already
like,
has one, yeah. Yeah, that's true. The Nets did get DeAndre Jordan. I don't know if they had him already, but
yeah, I don't know.
he's
Um,
kind of older now. But
yeah, he's good though.
yeah, oh yeah. But yeah, speaking of the Nets, they play the Warriors tonight. But by
Hmm.
the way, my prediction with the Lakers, I think they're going to cover the spread, and I'm going to
Okay,
go with the under,
going under. All
which
right.
is 219.5. I'm going with the under on that. And then the Nets, after that game, you go right into Nets Warriors. Okay.
Okay.
And the Nets are favored by 7.5. What do you have there?
I have them covering 7.5.
All right.
Seeing KD play, he seems like he's right back at in his old form, and he's just demolishing. I mean, of course, that was all
Yeah.
preseason that we saw, but still, he scored, I don't know how many, 20 something points in 20 something minutes or something like that. Yeah, just like an easy time. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What about you? I mean, keep in mind the Warriors
Yeah, I
have
think
no
they would
one. They
cover.
just have
Yeah.
Steph.
I think they would cover that. Um, yeah, I mean, without Clay Thompson, there's no way that they're going to
Is
be able to
Draymond still
make a
part of
run.
that team?
Yeah.
I've
but
never been impressed by that dude.
no, no. He just he's just oh, I don't know. He was just a really physical guy that got rebounds and could like sprint up and down, like had a big gas tank,
Yeah, and talked a
and that
lot.
just talked a lot of trash and was a good defender. But I feel like he's hurt again, so he might not even be playing tonight. But they
Hmm.
have Andrew Wiggins now.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's a
Um,
good acquisition.
yeah, that's really good. And then I don't know. I just yeah, I think they don't cover that, or I think the
Nets.
Nets will cover that.
Hmm.
And then the over under is 234 and a half.
Oh, I'm going under on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going under on that.
Yeah, I would have to go under on that as well. I just think like game one, I don't think people are going to be going off, like shooting the lights out, like
No,
scoring 110 plus points
no.
each
Yeah, exactly. Especially the Warriors. I
or
don't think that they're going to.
115.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we shall see. I think the NBA has definitely gotten a lot better overall this year.
Yeah.
Like from the playoffs last year to now, like there's just a lot more competition anyway, at least in, well, yeah, in the West and the East.
Well, yeah.
There's the Heat, the Bucks, the Nets now,
Yeah.
and the
Philadelphia.
Clippers, Lakers. Yeah, Philadelphia, Boston, you could throw in there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Houston has kind of imploded.
I know.
I
Yeah,
mean, they got John Wall. I don't, you got, I mean, great. You got John Wall, but then you have a
Harden, who
upset
doesn't want to be
Harden.
there.
Yeah, exactly. So
Like made
I
it
don't
pretty
think they're
clear
going
that he's
anywhere.
just like trying to leave. So that's terrible for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then I think the Wizards could do pretty well. They might make the playoffs, but I
I
don't think
could
they're
see
going to
that.
be like crazy.
Yeah. I don't know who. Yeah, actually, let's go through that
Because
for
they
the
have Bradley Beal.
yeah, and Westbrook. So
Yeah.
for the East, what's your ranking 1 through 8?
Hmm.
Gotta check what teams
Who's
exist.
in the East here?
Well, you got the
Um,
Bucks, the Nets.
yeah. I mean, it's and then the top eight make the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the East and the West up here. Um, for the East,
Yeah.
I would say one. Oh man, I'm just gonna go with the Bucks as number one. I don't know that that's gonna translate to them actually winning in the playoffs, but as far
Hmm.
as like how it'll finish,
You
I'd
mean
say the
regular
Bucks.
season?
Yeah, regular
Okay. Oh,
season.
okay. Okay, I got you.
I would say the Bucks, the I'm gonna go with the Heat because I just like them so much,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna go with the Nets
Okay.
um, as number three. Number four, the Sixers.
Okay.
Number five is going to be the Raptors. Six is the Celtics. Seven is the Wizards. And eight is actually going to be the Magic.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, those are interesting. I would go one Nets,
Mm-hmm.
two. I'm going 76ers.
Oh,
Three, I'm going Heat. Four, I'm going Bucks.
wow.
Five, Celtics. Six, Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
And then 7, I'm going Washington Wizards. And last one, I'll go Hawks, actually,
Nice.
for 8. Yeah, I'm going to go Hawks for 8.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit more difficult in the East
Yeah,
than
well,
the
definitely
West.
the first like 4 or 5 are pretty tough.
Yeah.
Um, I have started to resent the Milwaukee Bucks.
I
So,
can tell.
so they just don't
Can
have like
tell.
a strong bone. Like
Culture.
we're gonna win this. Like
Like the Heat did in the playoffs.
exactly. Like the Heat have
Like they don't
such
have like, I don't know if you call it a team culture or
yeah
chemistry or like foundation.
the
But
dog
like
in
the
them.
Spurs, yeah, like the Spurs had it when
Yep.
they had like Manu and Tony Parker and Tim Duncan,
Yeah.
even when they were older. The Heat, I feel like, have it right now. Um,
The
and maybe the
'90s
Nuggets had
Pistons.
it a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Pistons definitely did. Um, as far as the Western Conference
Yeah.
goes, I'll go 1 as the Lakers. 2 is going to be, I guess I'm going to go the Clippers, even though I think they're just like the Bucks. They're just weak.
Yeah, I
No
agree.
backbone.
I agree.
2 Clippers. 3 is going to be uh, the Trailblazers.
Wow, okay.
Uh, 4 will be the Mavericks. 5 is the Nuggets. 6 is the Warriors. 7 is the Suns, and 8 is the Pelicans.
Okay. I could t-
Actually, 8 is Memphis
I could see that. I could see
because I
that.
don't believe in Pelicans structure as well.
Hmm. Okay. I'm
I
going
believe in Ja Morant
who
to
is
guide them to the playoffs for
yeah.
Memphis
Yeah.
second year.
Yeah. I'm going well, I like his mentality.
Yeah.
I'm going Lakers, Clippers. So 1 Lakers, 2 Clippers. 3 I'm going Mavericks. 4 I'm going to go with the Nuggets. 5 ooh, Jazz? 5, yeah, I'll go 5 Jazz. 6 I'm going with the Suns at 6.
Mm-hmm.
7 I'll go Spurs because I just believe in Popovich. And 8
Okay.
I'm gonna copy you at the Grizzlies. I think that's a good choice. I
Yep.
did say the Mavs, right? I hope I put the
Yeah.
Mavs in there. I think I put them at like 3 or
I
4.
think you did. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
did. But yeah, now that the Suns got Chris Paul and Jay Crowder, I feel like they were on the verge of
Yeah.
getting in like a game away last season
Yeah.
without those 2 guys. So, and then Devin Booker, of course, is amazing.
Yeah. Don't they still have DeAndre Ayton or whatever his name is? Ayton.
Yep. Yep. He's on there.
DeAndre Ayton. Yeah. So I think he's going to mature into form and he'll be ready to
Mm-hmm.
play.
Sure.
22 years old. 6'11", 7'6" wingspan.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got the tools to do some damage.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, it's a fun lineup tonight to start the NBA off. That's for sure. All the
yeah.
superstar names.
Yeah, it is. I'm definitely going to try and watch some NBA basketball over the coming weeks
Mm-hmm.
over I'm finally on vacation for the next like 2 weeks, so I'm
Nice.
super pumped about that
Yeah.
because I have been in a
I need it.
haze of stress.
Can't
Yeah,
imagine.
it's not fun. It's not fun at all.
Um, Also, what is tonight? I forgot to mention. UNC NC State basketball.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Well, that's always
And UNC are favored by 1.5, of course.
so. I haven't kept up with NCAA basketball in the last like
Okay,
what feels
cool.
like 10 years. So, update me on like how good these teams are.
Nothing's changed with UNC as far as being the most fraudulent team on the planet when it comes to
Boom.
being ranked.
That's
When
right.
it comes to being ranked, and I've been saying it for years. I'll continue to say it for years as long as we have the same bozos that sit on the ranking board as we currently do.
That's right.
Um,
You heard it here.
yeah. And it's not just basketball with them, it's football too. I mean, they're doing well this year, but um, before the season even begins, they're just put on this pedestal. Um, and, I get it to a certain extent because they'll do it to Duke as well. I'm not just calling out UNC, but UNC is certainly the most egregious by far when it comes to being wildly overranked. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Last season, okay, the 2020 or 2019-2020 season, we played the full season, and then March Madness was canceled.
Right. Yeah.
So we didn't have maybe like the ACC tournament, but we finished the season. Okay, UNC last year, 14-19 in men's basketball. Okay, dead
Jeez.
last in the ACC.
Yeah.
Dead last. I went to a game last year against when they played Virginia, and they hit a Virginia hit a shot like right with like 0.2 seconds left to go up by 2, and you better believe I let everybody in the fucking stadium hear it. I couldn't control myself. I stood
Yeah.
up and just let out a primal scream, and I was like right by the bench. I had
Oh
like
man,
amazing
that's so
seats.
good.
Yeah, my girlfriend actually was able to get seats from Dean Smith's son, who's actually a customer of their store.
Oh,
So
that's so good.
I wasn't sitting by him, but I wasn't like rocking Virginia gear or anything. I was, of course, being a neutral
Yeah.
as far as my clothes go. But as the game
Wearing
wore
all
on,
red.
and now, yeah, as the
Or
game
wearing all
went
dark
on,
blue.
yeah,
With little horns poking out.
yeah, as the game went on, people definitely understood that I was not on their team, and it was like very, very well-to-do people. And but I mean, when you go to a UNC
Mm.
game, I mean, they don't call them the wine and cheese crowd for nothing. I mean, when you look around, it's everyone's in like a button-down,
Yeah.
like baby blue shirt
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
dress pants and a jacket, and it's like, okay, if you want to do it like that, that's fine. I'm not mad, but we just don't do it like that in Wolfpack country.
Yeah.
We wear we wear our overalls to the game. But anyways, I was definitely rooting for one side, and when that shot went in, I mean, it was just pure joy. Everybody's energy in the whole arena just left their body and went
Just
into mine for that second. And I was just like, this is just a moment that I will cherish right now.
yeah.
I just felt on top of the world, but I digress. They were 14-9
19.
last. They were dead last in
Yeah.
the ACC last year. We
Yeah.
finished the whole season. This year, before the season began for UNC on November 25th, they're ranked 14th in the country.
Wow. They must have really picked up a lot of like number one recruits.
I guess so. I mean, even if you do pick up like the best recruit, does that make you, unless it's Zion or LeBron James, does that
Yeah.
make you ranked from 14 and 19 to now you're 14 now?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
insane is that? How insane is that? Okay, so they're 14. They start out, they play Charleston first game. They win that. Obviously, the first couple games for everybody's a layup, literally.
Oh yeah.
Next game is UNLV. They win that pretty easily. Then they play Stanford. They win that by 4. Then they play Texas, and they lose to Texas.
Well, that's because they got Kevin Durant still.
No, okay. They lose to Texas, okay? Then they turn around, play Iowa. They lose that game by
Wow.
13.
Wow.
So they've lost 2 in a row.
And now they're
they
ranked
then
number
play-
10.
Yeah. Okay, so they lost 2 in a row. Then they play NC Central, okay, which is basically like playing a high school team.
Yeah.
If you're, I mean, I'm not trying to knock them, but if you're UNC or Duke and
Sure.
you play Central, it's a layup. They win that game by 6 points. Okay, It's
Nice.
like a struggle the whole game.
Yeah.
Then they play Kentucky, who hasn't won a game this year.
Really? I'm surprised.
Coming into that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they beat Kentucky, and that was the last game they played. So they're 5-2. Okay. They're ranked 17 now.
Are you kidding me?
They
That's
are
really
ranked
stunning.
17 now. Okay, imagine NC State is coming in ranked 14. We
Yeah.
lose to Texas, we're out.
Yeah.
We're just done. You're out of the top 25. You're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let
that's
alone
true.
lose 2 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You
true.
go down 3? Like, it's just insane to me. And Duke's the same way. Like I said, I mean, I'm not trying to be overly one-sided, but it is wildly egregious
Yeah.
with UNC every single year. I mean, I'm sure I have like a text going back the last 10 years about me like bitching to somebody. Like, how insane is this? How fraudulent is
Yeah.
this shit?
Yeah.
And yeah, I just it grinds my gears, and I just hope that this doesn't come back to bite me tonight. If we get just destroyed tonight.
It's
And by the way, we're not ranked at all.
I was just about to ask. Yeah.
NC State.
What's the record? Would you 11 and 0. 4 and
No,
1.
we're it's, you know, I don't really know what to make of it so far.
So if you
think,
guys
like-
win though, then you guys will be ranked surely against UNC. He's ranked number 17.
They'll go to probably 23, and then you won't hear from us. We'd have to win the next 4 games in a row to be like, well, maybe we should talk about state
Maybe.
in this meeting here. How much money did they donate to the NCAA?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I emigrated to this fine country and people told me I had to pick a team and I didn't know any of the teams and I picked NC State. That was a grave mistake because that made me angry for the next decade.
Yep.
And then of course I went to school at ECU, and then I was like, well, there's no point in even getting angry because
Yeah,
ECU
this is
just
just a
sucks
lateral
so
move.
bad. And it's not even lateral. It's just like so far in the basement, like you have no expectations. It was like freedom. You were just like,
Yeah,
Like-
because if you won a game, you're just like you're even that more excited.
yeah,
You shouldn't
exactly.
expect-
But State was always that team that was like good enough, like definitely competitive, really good, but never like
Won a
all,
few big games.
won a
every now
few
and
big
again.
games, exactly. And when you thought like, I think they got this thing figured out, take a sharp turn and just
Yep.
disappoint you.
Sharp detour.
Yeah.
But the Wolfpack are in the Gator Bowl this year for football.
Nice.
We've made the Gator Bowl, the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl,
Against.
Jacksonville, Florida, against Kentucky Wildcats.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. Haven't has the Big Ten even played a game?
I mean, Ohio State's played like 5 games and they're number 3.
I know. I saw.
They're
Yeah.
basically the UNC of college football. I mean,
I'd agree, yeah.
they usually are good, but whatever.
Yeah. I saw the Big Ten started their season like a month late. I don't see how that can't be like an automatic disqualification from the top 4 spots.
I know. Because Coastal Carolina are undefeated.
Are they really?
Yeah. Coastal Carolina. Let me see. Let me look up the football.
Especially in this COVID situation, I would just let Coastal Carolina play against
Hell yeah.
whomever.
Well, Pat McAfee put out this thing where it was like a Sweet 16, like college football playoff, where like they would be in it, and like other teams that are undefeated and like played a whole year that are not Ohio State are in it, like Cincinnati are undefeated,
Yeah.
and they're number 8. It's kind of crazy, but
It's like the same situation like Boise State many years ago. You know, everybody's making the claim like, oh, Boise State should be in the. This was before they had the 4 teams that went to the bowl to the playoffs, when they just had to pick 2 teams, and Boise State went undefeated like 2 seasons in a row, and people were like, what? Like, how much more can they do to prove that they belong? And nope.
Nope, still don't belong.
Yeah.
So yeah, the top 25 for football, officially Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State 6-0.
Nice. Wow. Played half
So
a
now
season, literally.
Yeah. So Alabama's number 1, 11-0. Clemson 10-1. Ohio State 6-0. So Alabama plays Notre Dame, who's number 4 in the whatever bowl, their little playoff.
Yeah.
And Ohio State plays Clemson. Texas A&M 5, and then Coastal Carolina. Actually, they have them at number 9. Coastal Carolina is number 9 in the country. If anybody can believe that, if anybody had them in the top 10, my God, you made $1 million.
Yeah.
This is Myrtle Beach, like small college we're talking about.
Yeah.
And they beat BYU,
Yeah.
who was undefeated when they came in. Florida 8-3, somehow number 10.
I think
Oh, look who's 14 again. UNC.
What's their record?
8-3.
Wow.
Oh, but State's 8-3, but we're 24.
Yeah. Well, you guys aren't in the same conference. Oh. Hey. You are.
Liberty is 23.
Rightfully
we
so.
beat them. They're 23. Okay. I mean, this is great.
Oh man.
24, 8-3. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect us to be ranked at all or have an 8-3 record. So, I mean, I'm not mad, but we'll probably get rolled in the bowl game like usual. Just get completely stomped out.
I will say Wisconsin does the same thing. I mean, Wisconsin, I believe, had a pretty terrible year this year, but they tend to play bowl games and lose them exclusively. Like, they go to bowl games just to lose. That's the only thing they do. I remember when I was a Wisconsin fan for like 6 years in a row, they went to like high-profile bowl games like Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, stuff like that, the Fiesta Bowl. And then they lost every single one of them, just continuously, just always lost. It was great. Or if they went undefeated, I think like last year, the year before, and then they played Ohio State and just got just destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You just have, I don't know what it is, like if it's the culture of the program or the administrators in the like I don't know what it is, but certain programs just breed like this like cusp of like you're great, like you're truly great, but you're just missing something that allows you to win consistently, like Ohio State or Alabama or now Clemson, or whatever it might be, Notre Dame.
Our Lady.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. It's the same. It's the usual suspects every year.
Yeah, it is.
Top 4 or 5. But yeah, I just hope that State can pull it out tonight. It's tonight at 9, everybody. You'll be getting this tomorrow, so it's actually last night.
I will try to get this up before 9 tonight so people can listen to it.
And then tune in halfway through.
Yeah, exactly. Oh shit, I forgot about that game. and find the score 80-23.
Probably. But the over-under is 147. And yeah, UNC are favored.
I can't predict any of that, honestly. Is it at UNC? Did you say?
Early. I don't know. I think it is.
I mean, the greatest rivalries were always Duke and UNC.
Yeah. Yeah, and it always will be, once we can get back into having people in the actual building.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was watching a video of like the Euro Cup, the last Euro Cup, and this guy was like on the field, and he was before a game filming the Northern Irish fans, and they were all doing this chant, and I was just like, oh my God, like I miss being at a game like that. Is just like everybody's just like, the whole stadium was just rocking, and they were all singing like the same song, and I'm like, oh my God, like this needs to get back to normal ASAP.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that made me like, oh shit, like that. I forgot that's how fun like games can be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, unfortunately, Lindsey Graham got your vaccine, but I mean,
I know.
Yeah. Speaking of soccer, I saw the new FIFA game, I think came out, and I was looking at a comparison video of like the graphics between the last year's FIFA and then this year's FIFA with the new consoles and whatnot, like the graphical power and whatnot. It's for once I was actually able to tell the difference, because with every single iteration of like NBA 2K or FIFA or whatever, it just always seems like, yeah, we made the grass a little greener. Like, it just never feels like they make. I mean, of course, over like 10 years, you can tell that they've made differences. Yeah. But with this one, you could actually really tell. Like they had some really detailed models of people's faces. Like they were zooming in and stuff and showing like the skin complexion, like kind of the roughness of the skin was like really well done. And they actually have this new way of doing hair where it's not like this block that's just like kind of created. Now each strand has its own like physics, so it like moves around like independently and whatnot. So they've done a lot of really cool stuff with this FIFA.
I'm sure that Ronaldo is like perfectly dialed in.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, they mainly focused on Messi, but. Yeah. Ronaldo was definitely.
Oh yeah, I guess they do, because he's Messi's like EA Sports, and then Ronaldo is Pro Evolution Soccer. He's always been like the ambassador for that game.
Yeah.
It's like on FIFA, I don't even know, something weird last time where like FIFA
they just cut
didn't
him
even
out.
have Juventus. They didn't even have Juventus in the game.
Are you serious?
Like,
how can you do
like,
that?
Bianco FC or something like that, and I don't know, because like I don't know if it had to do with him, or something, but he was definitely like the star cover of PES. So maybe it was some sort of copyright issue where it's like you can't use Ronaldo, anything associated with Ronaldo in the game.
So they
I
just
could
made
be
it.
totally making that up. I don't know.
They just made a player named Ronnie.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, good old Ronnie. But yes, going off on soccer tangent. Boxing Day is always huge for games. Usually every team plays on Boxing Day,
Boxing Day.
which is the 26th. It's a English holiday. I'm surprised you don't celebrate that. It's I don't know exactly how it started. I don't know the origin, but now it's just become a day of just watching soccer because every team in the Premier League is supposed to play on that day. But I don't know if it's going to happen like that this year, but regardless, there's going to be a lot of games and it's going to be awesome because we've got a close title race this year as opposed to last year. We've got an interesting relegation battle going on with Arsenal being toward the bottom of the table now, and they're dangerously close to the relegation zone, which they've
that's where you been. Is that where you drop?
That's where you go to the championship, which is the division below the Premier League.
Wow.
And then if you get relegated from that, you go to League. I mean, there's been teams that have been relegated like down 3 leagues from the Premier League, and they're just like, we've never made it back. Yeah.
So
like there's this team Portsmouth that was in the Premier League and they were really good, and then they just got demoted to the championship because I think they violated like these financial rules and they got relegated somehow, and then they just kept going down because they had to sell everybody, and now they're in like League One, and they've just been struggling to just get back to their former selves.
That's nuts.
Like that's what can happen if you don't like manage your money well.
Yeah, I imagine that if that happens, I mean, you might lose like half your fan base, and then
well, if that happened, that would be the biggest, like, I don't know, it would be just outrageous. It would just be unheard of, something like that happening.
Yeah,
like to go from Thierry Henry, who was a part of the Invincibles squad for Arsenal in the early 2000s, where they didn't lose one game.
Yeah.
It's never happened since. And they won the championship. And then to go from that sort of history now to like
bottoming out.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all. And then they got Mesut Ozil on the bench. He hasn't played one game
really
this season, and he's making the most money out of everybody.
Really? Wow. Why? Because he sucks
making like
now?
$300,000 a week. And he's just sitting rotting on the bench.
Is it because he sucks now or what?
He's definitely not as good as he once was. But at this point, I mean, you got to try something because it's just not working.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's a super difficult player. He's been very difficult as soon as he got there, really. Just being a dick and not like hustling on the field. Like, just got his money and he's like, I'm good. I'm just gonna chill.
Because it's fully guaranteed, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
How did they end up with that kind of like situation? Shouldn't it be
and
like?
Then they signed this guy. They signed this guy last year, Pepe, from Lille, and
then they realized he was a frog.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck.
It's been 72 million pounds on this dude, and he's just been a complete bust. So like they have all these guys locked in on these deals who are just trash.
Yeah.
And their defense is trash. They can't score goals. It's just truly unheard of in the Premier League to see like you before this season, you just could never even fathom a team like Arsenal or Chelsea or Man United or any of those big historical clubs, Liverpool, like even being in the bottom half of the table, let alone being in a relegation battle.
Yeah.
And I've been watching these like live streams during the game of like actual Arsenal fans in London, like
I think I
Arsenal
saw you
teams and
post
stuff.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different one. That's just like that's called the kickoff, and I love that. It's a podcast, but they also do live streams for big games, and each of them are a fan of a different team. So like some games, it's just them being neutral people, but like talking more about what's going on, and
Hmm. Yeah.
um, those are fun to watch as well. But then there's this one called AFTV, and it's Arsenal, I guess Arsenal football TV, and it's like these diehard London
Yeah.
guys just been Arsenal for life,
Yeah.
and they're just like it's like it's like someone died in their family right now.
Wow.
It's just like it's hilarious like what they say about Arsenal, but they're like literally like so defeated and sad,
Yeah.
and it's just wild times. Like if they got relegated, I just would be just so insane. So insane. But hey, yeah, nonetheless, Boxing Day all day, Premier League.
I'm assuming
Check
you'll
it
be
out.
watching a game or
I'll be
two.
watching, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be starting at 7, ending at 7.
That'll be a day. Yeah. That'll be a day.
It'll probably end before that, but I remember last year, Boxing Day, I definitely caught every single game, like back to back to back to back,
Yeah.
because of course I had just gotten out of surgery
Oh, yeah, right.
and I could not do anything else.
Yeah. Well,
So
guess-
in a way, I won.
so in a way, your ACL lost.
Yeah, 2 Christmases in a row that have just been complete shite.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I imagine you'll have time this time around, too. Nothing else to do.
I believe so, yeah, because my sister and my dad got COVID.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
And I think
good.
I mentioned that.
Yeah, well, you
I?
mentioned it to me off air. I didn't want to bring it
Okay.
up because I didn't know if that was privy information. But wow, okay.
Well, yeah, now we went public with it. And
Okay.
they're
We went public.
they're doing way better now. I don't know if my sister can still. She's still having problems with
She
taste and
still
smell.
can't speak.
Yeah, yeah. She still can't see out of her left eye,
Oh, wow.
or make a sound.
Oh, okay.
But
It sucks when she's trying to
otherwise-
introduce herself.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just call her Tef now, but but basically, they're both doing better.
Good.
Getting tested again this week to see if it's still in their system.
Yeah.
But-
And you're going to go over there and hug them.
yeah. And I'll celebrate.
Yeah.
Drink out of the Christmas bowl. It's the honorary bowl you pass around at Christmas time. You
Right.
each pour your drink, your respective drink in there.
Yeah, right.
Eggnog, wine, coffee, ginger ale. It can all go in the Christmas bowl. We don't discriminate.
But you have to drink.
You have to
Pandemic be damned.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
This
shit.
is what Christ would want.
Yeah.
This is what Christ will get on his birthday.
More dead people. Not that we're making light of COVID, by the
Come
way.
see me. Yeah. We'll never make light of COVID in a pandemic. Thank you.
Oh,
Please
my
don't report us to Governor Cuomo.
Cuomo.
Andre Cuomo. Andrea Cuomo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't believe he wrote that book. I had to take a picture of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You said it was in the humor section.
Yes, it was. It was in the humor section of
Oh,
Barnes
man.
and Noble. But yeah, they're doing better, but probably it'll just be a Christmas drive-by, which is always fun, right?
Yeah, it'll be the exact
What you want on
same.
Christmas.
It'll be the
Little
exact same.
drive-through.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm
No, but I'm just gonna make them sit on the porch because I'll be damned if I'm not opening my gifts inside by the fire with my Snuggie.
I would love to see that. Oh man. So what's your mom
Take a
doing
picture
then?
of me opening this.
But stay outside.
Do not get the glare from the glass. My God, this is not what I wanted.
Oh man. Oh, holy hell. So what is your mom doing then in this situation? She's just quarantining herself or what?
No, it's too late.
It's too late, yeah.
By the time, he realized that he had it, it was like, well, I've basically been around you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she has exhibited no signs thus far.
Good.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Well.
Yeah.
Well, thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. Thank you.
You and your family.
Thank you. Yeah. It's
You're
a
welcome.
tough time.
You're welcome.
Tough time right now.
Yeah.
What's Santa lined up for you this year? What's he got lined up for you?
I don't know. I'll be making my appearance in North Carolina in short order.
Just gonna quick text Roy.
Yeah.
I did get it right before this podcast started. I got a public safety emergency alert.
Oh,
My phone was going haywire. I look over. It's a public safety alert. COVID-19 continues to be a serious threat in North Carolina. Period.
I didn't realize.
Avoid gathering or traveling. Period. If must gather for the holidays. Period. If must gather for the holidays. Period. And then it says, keep it small, keep it outdoors. And I immediately thought, keep it safe, keep it secret.
Exactly.
Always wear a mask. Stay home if sick. Goodbye.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad they released that PSA.
Yeah. Whoa, it's still a threat? Dang. I didn't know.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I do have plans in place for testing and quarantining, and I've figured everything out. I have communicated with anyone that I will be in contact with, which is a rather small amount, but still I have gotten their detailed person contact history. So
Have you posted this online for everyone to see and
I have not.
form?
No.
That's your next step?
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Okay.
Just to make sure that everybody approves. Everybody approves.
We'll need
Meanwhile,
a signed form. You have a signed form for me. Please let me finish. You have a signed form. You have a signed form from your doctor who administered the COVID test and said you were in fact negative. You have a signed form.
Oh, of course.
That's what we're taking at the border. I don't know if you know, but part of the stimulus package is actually North Carolina border as well.
Okay.
No carpetbaggers.
I'll have to check in with him
But I'll
tomorrow.
actually be volunteering that day, so maybe, I can pull some strings. Okay?
I can turn
Yeah,
I can turn a blind eye.
Yeah, slip me a small 100. Yeah. Maybe we look the other way. Maybe we don't.
Depends how I feel that day.
Yeah, you hit me with a small 50 on the way in, on the way out. I didn't see nothing. I don't know nothing.
Okay. Noted.
He's good.
Yeah, I thought I might have to get a side note from Governor Hogan as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, just doing things as safely as possible. Meanwhile, I'm seeing just an onslaught of people posting their little get-togethers at bars and just smashing their faces together, taking
Home
their
for the
selfies and what.
holidays.
Yeah, exactly. I've missed these people. It's been months since pictures with 9 people together. You're just
Yeah.
like, what the
Can you
F
believe
are
we
you
all are
doing?
living in different states and we met for Christmas
I know.
in our hometown?
I know. It's pretty remarkable how just deaf people are to the whole situation. I actually wrote an entire status on my phone because I was feeling especially bitter. And I didn't end up posting it because it was pretty nasty. But
Whoa.
yeah, I was truly I was on Facebook and I saw like in conjunction 4 sequential posts from 4 different people, and they were just taking all these family gathering pictures and stuff. Or they were taking pictures with oh, I haven't seen Girly in 3 months, or whatever it is. And it's these big groups. I'm not talking 3 people. I'm talking 9. I'm talking 15 people all getting together. And it, a great example is this one girl, will remain unnamed. This one girl posted this
Girly Tomlinson.
very close, uncanny. She posted a video of her boyfriend's birthday. Bunch of people there for his birthday party. The dude blew out the candles on his cake. How can you not be thinking about that? He blows out all the candles on his cake. Then you can see people yeah, exactly. People are singing, no masks, not a single mask, just everybody in one room all singing, and then he blows out the candles, and then later in the story, whatever, you see people eating cake and stuff. What? People just don't think of. I'm stunned, and in my head I'm thinking, if this person dies, do I feel bad? I don't know. You are putting yourself in that situation, and
Yeah.
it's stunning because I feel terrible about the people that don't know about that situation, and then they get in contact with them,
Right.
and then somebody dies because they get in contact with a person who just is completely negligent about the entire situation. Yeah. Stunning.
Yeah, it's okay to, be yourself and around people if they're comfortable, but you also have to have awareness that, am I going to see other people who probably are not okay with this kind of behavior?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all I get wanting to celebrate and be around people, but yeah, I mean, you gotta utilize a bigger picture here when you're in those kind of circumstances, because you can easily forget and be like, oh yeah, I was at that party, and then I went over to my great Gam's house and completely forgot that I was at that party, and Becky Sue had it. Turns out she was positive.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I got it. I was asymptomatic, and
had the British version.
Got it.
the new strain.
Yeah.
The British version.
I love how vaccine is out. We're now distributing, and then the next article is, there's a new strain.
Britain's shut
like,
down.
What?
France is killing people coming from Britain, shooting them in the head. Are you from Britain? Please line up.
Yeah, it's all flights are suspended going into the UK, coming from the UK.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it really is. It's been pretty stunning. But
Harrods is empty.
Yep.
So I don't know where I'm going to get my purse.
Did you get all, I'm assuming you got all your Christmas
D&G
shopping done?
purse. I did. Yep, I did.
He's looking beside,
Yeah, there it is.
looking at the pile.
See the gifts.
Yeah.
Yep, this year I decided to give the gift of goodwill towards men.
What a gift that truly is. You are a noble and kind.
Yeah, gift of friendship, humanity, kindness, respect, love, compassion, and care.
You just write it down on a slip and just hand it to each person.
I just write down character traits that are good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm giving this to you in case you forgot. You're capable of this.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe in you. Gary
Right.
V.
Yeah. Wow. Powerful. Powerful. He never says that. Oh man. All right. Well, I think I don't have much else to say except for Merry Christmas. Don't kill your grandma.
I'll say happy holidays because you've just offended me and maybe 85% of everyone on listening. So
Yeah. Right.
I just want to apologize for you, for us.
Thank you.
Please don't cancel us.
Please don't hashtag cancel us. And be sure to tune into the UNC game tonight.
Yeah.
To
at
watch them
9.
get
It's
trounced.
an hour and a half. Yep. That's what we're hoping. Go ahead and smash that like button, guys.
Smash it. Subscribe.
We're out of here.
See ya.